And welcome back. This is our assessment section of this module. So assessment for Genius Hour is going to be done in multiple stages and have multiple purposes. Each of the lessons should be built with checking for understanding in mind. That means you're going to want to scaffold at numerous points during your lesson stages to make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody's at the same place, and that everybody is still keeping up and enjoying themselves. You will want to make sure that your students know how to conduct their own research, meaning which sites to go to, what to do with their research, and what to do if issues come up. You're also teaching them how to be productive and respectful members of a community, and to treat technology as a tool, not as a toy. All of this plus the language learning tasks, which are the actual curricular expectations of this project. To accomplish all of this as efficiently as possible, I'm going to be using a few different tricks at my disposal. Okay, so assessment of learner outcomes in French language acquisition. The specific learner outcomes for French language acquisition that this project will develop are listed on slide 8. That's the initial slide which talks about our plan for reference if you're interested. Assessment of these expectations is covered in two different sections. By this, I'm referring to our student conferences and through their online submissions. I'm going to have ample opportunity to check for all of the written expectations of the project through those two different points. You can use any method really that you want for evaluation, for assessment, but I prefer to use simple 2 stars and a wish with the student and a simple colored highlighter system for myself. What's important about assessment in literature is that it's consistent with previous assessment in literature. So consult your notes and understand the student's literacy continuum prior to evaluating the students. As for the presentations, these are recorded for record-keeping purposes, but the bulk of the assessment is going to stay anecdotal for the student. And again, I just keep a simple colored highlighter system for myself, but we do have those videos in case we need. Now, assessment of the 21st century learner competencies. A major part of this project centers around the students' use of 21st century competencies to facilitate their learning. As such, this is going to be an important feature to assess. To do this assessment, I'm going to use a technique known as the at-a-glance sheet. Now, an at-a-glance sheet is basically just a note-taking tool for annotating observances of students exuding a certain type of evidence. In this case, it's going to be evidence of 21st century learner skills, but as you're going to see a little bit later on, we can use this at-a-glance sheet for another reason at the same time. All we have to do is date the top of the sheet, take notes throughout the period, and at the end of the project, we go back through our notes and we use those key moments from the children for our assessment of those 21st century learning competencies. Okay, this has been basically how we're going to assess the project. You're just going to want to take notes throughout as well about your general management concerns, just to make sure that you're keeping track for those for any purposes that you might have for that. Thanks. When we come back, we're going to take a look at how I'm going to evaluate the success of this module. It's always important to be reflective as a teacher, so we're going to look at module evaluation. Thanks. See you guys later.